Okay, so today we're going to work on just some basic drills to help go over muscle memory and what that does. It kind of helps us with learning how our arms should be moving and the strokes. When you're hand lettering, you don't necessarily use your wrist. You're actually using your arm to pull down and get the nice even strokes that you're trying to achieve. So there's a couple of things that we want to go over. I want you to use regular paper because today we're going to focus on drills for just a regular Crayola broad line tip marker, and that's just the regular big marker. And so go slow and print out the drills worksheet, which is on my blog for free, and these were all made using this pen. So let's go over what we're doing. So I'm just using regular copy paper, and you're going to start with your downstrokes, and you're going to do heavy pressure. You're going to actually hold your pen not up and down like this, how sometimes you have a tendency to write, but you actually want it to lay flat so it's in this fold of your hand between your thumb and your finger. So hold it down and press very, very hard, and you're going to see that the tip actually is a little bit flexible on a Crayola, and you push down and go down. Push down hard and all the way down. Push down, use your arm muscles. And that's what you're going to do on the first line. We're working on our heavy down strokes. And see, I'm trying to use my arm muscle, not as much as my wrist. Now we're going to do light pressure. When you're doing your upstrokes, anytime you're doing an upstroke, you do light pressure. So you're going to, on this one with a Crayola, still press very lightly, try to hold your pen in the same position, and you just barely use the tip of the pen to get a nice thin line. Nice and thin, take your time, go slow, try to make it nice and even. And that gives us a nice thin line. Now let's work on a combination of the two. So we're going to go up, very light pressure, and then when we get to this top part right around here is where I start to push down nice and hard. I go up right to about the center, and you don't let go, I'm just showing you where it is, and then press down. All in one swoop. There we go. Little pressure, push down. Little pressure, push down. I like using Crayolas just to help train your arm how to do the pressure. Really heavy pressure will give you a nice thick downstroke. Very light pressure gives you a very light upstroke. So this is the opposite movement. Go heavy down, barely lift up and go up. And it's harder to do this for me. So going this way is a little bit more difficult and challenging. So you're gonna go down, heavy pressure, and you kind of have to roll the tip of your Crayola just a smidgen to get it almost on the tip of that broad line. Down, heavy strokes, right at the curve, right there. You're gonna go up, slightly move your pen. If you ever have like a line that you don't like, just go over it. You won't even know anything's wrong with it. So the next one is a circle. So I like to start my circle actually just, and this is a preference thing, but I like to do it just to the right of the downstroke. So I start here. When I get to the center, I start to push down, turn my pen slightly to get the thin upstroke. Thin, thick, thin, thin, thick, right at the bottom, and turn, get that thin upstroke. And these are just drills. These will just help you learn control of how your pen works, and you can use this with any pen. It doesn't have to be Crayolas. I just like to use Crayolas because they're so readily available, and you can achieve some really cool lines with it. Same thing, go upstroke. Upstrokes are all little pressure, so you're barely touching the tip of it. Down pressure is hard. Up, heavy, light, heavy, and then finish all the way across. And then lastly, this one's a little bit trickier. I tend to lift my pen. When you're doing hand lettering, it's not like cursive where you're never letting your pen leave the paper. It's actually the opposite. Almost every letter you will let your pen lift off the paper. You readjust and you come back. So this is up in the loop, same thing as the circle. When you get to the top, press down and then release the pressure. And like I said, sometimes when I get to the bottom, I have to readjust the point of my pen. And you can do these drills with any kind. If you have a Tomboy, any kind of brush tip pen, there's so many out there, you can use this worksheet for anything. And these are just some basic drills to get you started. So I think I'm gonna create a couple of different worksheets on my blog that I'll start to try and get out every week or so with different letters maybe, and different things to help you practice. So if you have any questions or you want to look for something in particular, just leave a comment below and I will be able to help you out. Thanks.